Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sheila Texter with Bee Ministries, where every week I put out videos with content about my writing journey, about being a pastor's wife, being an evangelist, being a speaker, life coach, an inspirational, motivational speaker, and all those things under one umbrella under the Bee Ministries. Where every week now for probably about a year and a half or more, I have been encouraging you. I have been giving out words of encouragement from the Bible and things like that. But the last year and a half also, I have been reading out of the books that I have wrote. And that's one of the things that I like to share on my writing journey on a weekly basis. Is this was my first book, Life After the Mistake. This was published, this actually came out in 2020. But I started writing it in 2019, so it took about a year and a half, about 18 months to get the book wrote, to get it structured, to get it edited, and get it out there. So this came out in 2020. But I also want to let you know right quick before I go to talk about the devotionals that I'm doing right now. This book I put on Ingram Spark, and if you watched me last week, you might know that. I put this on Ingram Spark, which is a publishing platform that they have like 40 something thousand stores and platforms that they distribute their books to. So if you just look up that title, Life After the Mistake, Sheila Texter, you will find this book on several online platforms, being number one being Barnes and Noble. Is that not great? I love that. I'm so glad. That's like one of our great rewards or our great desires is to see our books on Barnes and Noble, because it's such a powerful platform where people go there a lot looking for books. But also, I am in the process of writing 12 devotionals, and these are the two that I have got done. How to Be Prosperous. This was my first devotional, and I have read through this book. This is now, if you've seen some of my older things, you might have seen where there was like a bumblebee holding a Bible, but I've kind of gave it a facelift where each one of them will have the same design. They will just be a different color, and they will all have the how to be. One like this one to be how to be prosperous, how to be intentional, and the third one that I'm working on is how to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And my goal is to have 12 of these written out and published. I'm hoping over the next 2 or 3 years, and it could possibly happen now. I just finished my web design class. I've been taking some computer classes the last year and a half as well. I took one in the fall of 2020. I took one at the beginning of 2021, and I took one this fall. And I just finished it, web design class and some other computer classes. So that's going to be it. I don't think I'm going to take another class next year. I'm going to take what I've learned, and I'm going to start building my platform, building a brand, building the Bee Ministries. This ministry, it's going to be about not necessarily bees, but I will refer to them a lot. But it's just really a kind of a thing to fall back on, so to speak, that we can be whatever God has called us to be. And the metaphor about the bumblebee, I love that. Aerodynamically, the bumblebee should not be able to fly, but he doesn't know that because God made him. God gave him the big body and the little wings, and so he flies anyway. And I want to encourage you today with that metaphor. I want you to realize that it doesn't matter what you might have told yourself or what other people might have told you. You can still go and do and be all that God has called you to be. But every week I have been reading out of this devotional, and so we're gonna actually go to day 15. But before we go too much further, I want to say, if this is the first time you've ever been here, welcome to my channel. I appreciate you coming on here and watching. If you are a subscriber, I say welcome back. But I asked you to subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, comment on it. Help me get this out there, because I promise you, it will encourage somebody. It will encourage somebody. Because everything that I bring to you every week, I bring it from the Word of God. I want to bring it, and I want to bring the Word alive in your life and let you realize that if you want to write a book, write that book. If you want to write a song, write that song. If you want to build a business, build that business, guys, because God is for us. If God is for us, who can be against us? Let's put our faith and our trust and our hope in Him. I heard somebody say something yesterday on a channel that I was watching, and it said something about a lot of people. We're all struggling. We are all in a struggle. We are all in a wrestle and a push, but some are struggling hopelessly. They have no hope. But I want to struggle. I want to push, and I want to wrestle, and I want to fight from a place of hope. I am fighting from a place of victory. I'm not fighting for victory. I am fighting from victory. We're going to always be in some kind of the good against evil and flesh against spirit and darkness against the light. It's always going to be things like that. But you can be the winner no matter what it is. No matter if it takes you 1 year, if it takes you 2 years, if it takes you 2 days to get to that desired place that you're looking for in God. But I am so glad you're here. And I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We just come through Thanksgiving. Christmas is upon us. See my little snowman pillars here. Christmas is right up on us, right around the corner. We're fixing to be going into 2022, guys. Man, what a last couple of years. What a last couple of years. But in all of that, in all of the turmoil, and all of the chaos, and all of the virus, and all of the terrorist attacks, and all of the protests, and people dying, just senseless deaths, and innocent people getting killed, and there's a lot of sadness. And that's why we need God. In this hour, we need Him so much. We need Him. He is sovereign. He knows exactly what He is doing. His ways is above our ways. His thoughts are above our thoughts. We can trust Him. We can trust Him. But I want to read today in day 15 how to be intentional with your words. Day 15, Matthew 12, 36 and 37. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. How powerful is that, guys? Our words, I can't express it enough. Our words are so powerful. They're so, death and life is in our tongue. We can tear down or we can build up. I don't want us, here's the reflection. I don't want us to focus so much on the day of judgment. I want to shine the light on the very fact that God doesn't like idle words. The free dictionary on the internet says the phrase idle words means empty rhetoric, insincere, and even extravagated talk. In other words, it's senseless, nothingness, just a lot of wind. Now that's off the internet. What a description of idle words. Do we do that? I know I have in the past. But since 2014, I have purposely spoken intentionally with wisdom and knowledge, whether I'm speaking to someone or to myself. Look at the verse 37. For by your words you are justified or condemned. That is such a profound statement. It matters what you say. Are you speaking foolishness? Are your words like a tinkling cymbal or a sounding brass so there is no real meaning to them? Or are you paying attention to the things that are coming from your mouth which is really coming from your heart. Do people honor what you speak, or do they blow you off? Let us be intentional about our conversations with others as well as ourselves. God, I need the Spirit to quicken me when my words become idle or empty. I want to speak with wisdom and knowledge. To be intentional with words is to be intentional with my relationship with you. Help me to be an encourager. Help me to speak the right words at the right time so that I won't bring judgment upon myself. Help me think before I speak. Let me consider whether my words are helpful or harmful. God, keep me from being condemned by my own mouth. I truly need your Spirit to tame this little thing we call a tongue. You know, there's a scripture that says no man can tame the tongue. No man can. But the Spirit of God can. But you got to let Him. You got to let God be head of your life. You got to let Him rule your tongue. You got to seek Him in that area to help you speak the things that He wants you to speak. And as always, this is not just a devotional. It is a prayer journal. It is a prayer journal. As you can see, it has writing there where you can write also in this book. That's what I do like that about this book. It is a 31-day devotional prayer journal. I'm so excited about these devotionals, guys. This is just something that, I didn't have no idea that I would end up writing more books. That after I wrote that first book, that, I've been doing the Bee Ministries since 2016. And then the title for this book, Life After the Mistake, New Beginnings, this book was dropped in my spirit in 2018. And I didn't start writing it to 2019. And then in 2020 it was published. And before 2020 was over, I actually had this book wrote. And it was published right around Christmas time last year. Then I got this other one done this year. And I'm hoping by February of 2022, the third devotional will be ready. So guys, I just want to encourage you today to, if you've got something in your heart, man, go after it. Go after it. Because I'm not the greatest writer. I only went to the 8th grade in school. I got my GED when I was 30-something years old. I'm not the greatest speller. I'm not the greatest English speaking person or even writing it out. That's why I can take what I feel like God has given me. He gives me the words, and He downloads the wisdom and the knowledge and the words to put in these books. But yet He's connected me with other people that will come in under me, take me under their wings, and help me edit my books, help me structure my books. They help me get my covers done. My editor, proofreader, my Amazon woman, she's been a blessing to me. She's turned out to be a beautiful friend, a beautiful person, and God will connect you. He will connect you with the people that you need. Because again, like I say, I don't have a high school education. I don't have a college degree. Now, I've took some college classes the last year and a half, but I wasn't going after a degree. Basically just getting a certificate to take these classes to learn. I wasn't trying to get a degree to go and start in a field. I was just trying to improve and invest in what I felt like I wanted to do. Now, it's helped me is all I can say. It's helped me. It's helped me focus. But to say that I'm going to be able to take that and go and do what I can see in my spirit, I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. The things that I see in the future, the vision, the dreams, the desires that I see for Bee Ministries, it's going to take God. And it's going to take God sending me the right people to take me from point A to point B. So that's what I always want to do. I always want to lift up God, because He said if we will lift Him up, He will draw all men to Him. He will draw them in. And I want the Bee Ministries to be a ministry of help. I've been decreeing and declaring, and I've got some things wrote down that eventually, through my book writing, through my speaking engagements, through traveling, through encouraging people, using the gift that God has given me, the Bee Ministries will take those finances and it will help other people. People that have fell on hard times. People that maybe they've got the virus and it knocked them out of work for a couple of months. It made them get in a bind. They got behind on their mortgage, their rent, their utilities. That's what I see Bee Ministries doing. Coming in and giving resources and helping people financially. Buying a car if we need to. Paying somebody's rent for 6 months if we need to. Paying somebody's utility for 6 months if we need to. Taking them and buying school clothes for their children if we need to. That's what I see the ministry doing. It's not about me. It's not about me just writing books. It's about being about the Father's business. It's about giving back and letting God use me. Let Him do a work in me that He can do a work through me. Okay, guys, I appreciate you today. I thank you if you've ever bought a book from me, if you've ever watched my video, if you've ever shared it, subscribed to it, anything. I want to say thank you and God bless you today, above and beyond. God bless you. If you ever want to sow into my ministry, you can just look me up on Sheila Texter Facebook. I'm on Facebook. My personal Facebook is Sheila Texter. My Bee Ministries is on Facebook. I have this YouTube channel. I have an Amazon page, an author's page on Amazon. My books are on Amazon, on the KDP, and several places. But if you ever feel like you want to sow into the ministry, into the Bee Ministry, I promise you it will be put toward the work of God. It won't be put toward my desires or my things. It will be put toward the work of God. So guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all have a great week. Have a great weekend. And Lord's willing, I should be back next Wednesday. But y'all, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to y'all.